Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a favourites. I was doing the Friday faves for a while, kind of got a little bit repetitive. I'm sure I'll bring it back at some point. I just like to switch it up to keep me and you interested. So I thought I would do a monthly favourite. So this is everything that I've kind of either rediscovered, discovered, just been absolutely loving, you get the idea, in the month of September. First things first, I can't believe the month of September is nearly over. This year has just flown. In my mind, it's still like May, absolute earliest. I just can't get my head around it. And the fact that we're going to be in Vegas in like 2 weeks' time is... I'm so excited and also super stressed out because I feel like there's so much stuff still left to do. So I'm going to jump into where to start. I'll start with this. This, as I understand it from YouTube, is called a Gua Sha stone. G-U-A-S-H-A. So I've had one of these for probably years, in truth. Okay, I'm wearing false eyelashes and I can't deal with it. I've got like, how do you do it? How do you do it? I had one of these for years. It came in a set with a Jade Roller. The Jade Roller, I was like, I understand this. You just like roll your face. I never really got into any kind of routine with it because truthfully, I didn't really know how I was supposed to be using it, what it was really supposed to be doing. Didn't get it. Recently, I talked on Instagram stories about this like swelling that I get here, which is called malar festoons. So it's like eye bags, but they're not like here eye bags, they're like here eye bags. And I noticed them in downward light, overhead light. It kind of really is obvious there. Not a fan. Just super not a fan. Don't love this little thing. And I was saying, you know, obviously I get that there's things that you can do like filler and stuff, but I'm really not into that. Especially around my eyes. I'm just kind of trying to put those things off as long as possible while remaining the vain person that I am. So I was like, what else could I do? Were there any treatments? Whatever. A couple of people said, you should try facial massage with these Gua Sha stones. Every time I say it, I'm like, am I saying this right? Gua Sha. So I found this woman on YouTube. She is called Tina NGO. She has got 1.3 million views on this video, and it is a quick, like a 5-minute follow along tutorial. This is Tina. Cannot recommend this video enough. I will leave it linked for you below. It is absolutely incredible. Definitely just a 5-minute quick thing. I've been doing it every night since I watched this video, and it is definitely making a difference to my skin. So it starts kind of like up the neck. It does the jaw. I'm not sure about, because it's supposed to do things where it like kind of changes your face shape. I'm not all about that, but the lymphatic drainage properties, I'm completely all in. You're like on your face, my dark circles, which I didn't really think were that bad to begin with. My face looks brighter, and I'm actually noticing some of the fine lines that I've got on my forehead are less obvious. All I'm using is this, just at night, 5 minutes while I'm in bed, just follow the little video, some facial oil. This is not a particularly exciting one. I might get a slightly bigger one because the one she's got is a little bit bigger, but I didn't spend a lot of money on this. This was like part of something. I might have even got this from TK Maxx, you know, like a set, and it had this in it. I didn't even buy it for this. So all I'm saying is you don't need to spend a lot of money on this. Plus, I think you can probably find some facial massage that does a similar thing with your actual fingertips, but I'm completely sold on this as a general premise, and I cannot wait because, you know, she doesn't need me to send people to it. This is a lot of views that she's got on this video, but I cannot wait for those of you like me who've been, you've heard about these things, you've been told maybe by some people. There will be some of you who in a couple of weeks time, maybe not even that long, will come back to me and be like, this is life-changing, and I already can't wait. Another semi-life-changing thing that came back into my life is the Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. Could not have come at a better time. So this was sent to me in like a box of some stuff because I think this is a new release. The Roche-Posay spray version. This I think would be really nice for obviously hard to reach areas, but like on a plane, kind of refresh. It's a soothing repair concentrate. So I've used this one before. I've had this lots of times. It has been sent to me. I have purchased it with my own money. I've used it on myself, my children, my husband. It's just like kind of an E45 with extra benefits in my experience. So there's been certain things like, let's say I've got like a patch of dryness. Like Milo had some pretty bad, I don't know if it would be called psoriasis, probably not. I think maybe oh, there's a word for it, contact dermatitis, is that what I'm thinking of? During the height of the pandemic, when he was washing his hands all the time, he can lean on the side of obsessive, and he was washing his hands perhaps more than the average person, and he had quite red, sore hands. And I used this at that time, and it really helped. So I've used this on that. I've used it on kind of my skin when it's been very red and flaky after I've overdone it with like acids and stuff like that. I feel like I say that all the time, and you're probably like, just give it a rest. It doesn't happen all the time, but there are certain products that you can always lean on when things like that arise, and this was one of them. Anyway, it arrived and I was like, oh, nice, just in time for winter, and it's a really big size as well. And then I got this incredibly annoying spot here. This has like been a wonder product. So as soon as it arrived, I was like, leave it, just don't mess with it. I'm not a pimple popper. I was like, just don't mess with it, don't mess with it. It goes away quicker if you ignore it. Just do your skincare as normal, keep your skin clean, just ignore it. And I was like, I can't just ignore it. So I put on my Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturiser, big dollop of it at night time. I'm kind of steadily training myself to sleep on my back. Again, vanity reasons, don't want any of those pillow creases. And so I can kind of like this, sleep like I'm dead, dollop of cream, and then when I wake up in the night to go to the toilet, which inevitably happens 4 or 5 times, I just reapplied it. In the morning, massively diminished, but quite dry. Just generally not cute. In comes the Cicaplast Balm. This I then was dolloping on, and it was repairing, it was repairing. This is like 2 days ago this appeared, and already I'm going to put makeup over it. There's no concealer or anything, but it's, let me bring you in. Can you see? It's nearly gone. Funny when you see up close texture, isn't it? Skin looks like skin when you get close to it. Everybody's skin looks like skin. So that was a bit of a wonder product, and it arrived at just the right time. But then I started Googling, like, is this going to make this worse? Because it's like quite a heavy product. And apparently this is like a TikTok sensation, and people use this to heal their acne. So I suppose dependent on what caused it in the first place, this could be really, really good if you don't like to use things with acids in them and things that will dry your skin out. If you've got like a lot of acne, or you've got a breakout that's like, this is a bit of an odd what's going on, and your skin is quite sensitive, this could actually be a spot treatment in and of itself. Who knew? So wanted to mention it because it's been very amazing in the last few days, but also it is something that I tend to always have. Something I've had for a while but haven't been using is this Hourglass Diffused Light Ambient powder. I love these, obviously, these are just magic powders. I love these powders, but this particular one, I bought it and was like, it's not as good as Dim Light. That's the one that I love the most. This is kind of like more kind of white neutral. It's not really giving me that same glow. I just kind of put it in my drawer and was like, I'll use it at some point. I have been using this as my setting powder, just like all over setting powder. Whereas with the Dim Light, I would have just kind of dusted it over because it's got a pinkness to it. I would do like down the nose, just kind of sheeny, sheeny, sheeny. With this one, I put it everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And I don't use any other setting powder. And it is sheeny, but it's just kind of satin. So it's, at no point do I feel like I get out in the sunlight and I look like glittery or like too glowy. It's not adding any colour to my face whatsoever in this shade. It's just soft focus. Perfect timing to find this before we go to Vegas as well. So that is definitely coming with me. Same with my Nars Sex Appeal. You've heard me talk about this before. Ultimate blush for me. If you are very, very fair, you will love this. If you are any deeper than me, because I'm not super fair, I'm like light. There's much fairer complexions than mine, and if you are much deeper than me, you probably won't get anything from this at all, because I feel like I'm right on the cusp. This is for fair skin. It is something that you can build and build and build, and you can get a good amount of colour from it if you build and build and build it. But I just like that kind of slightly lit from within pinkiness that it gives. It's very, very difficult to over apply this, which also appeals to me, but it has almost like that, you know, like a doll cheek where it just kind of looks lit from within. It's that, oh, just a slight pinch of flush of something, you know? That's exactly the blush that I'm looking for. And so I have this on today as well. Again, over the top of this breakout that is going away, which is not ideal. But even with all that powder, it looked good, didn't it? That is partially the Roche-Posay and partially the Hourglass, I think. But it just does a little flush. Not a lot of anything, but just enough of something. And I do like to remind you that the reason that I found that in the first place is I was reading an article and it said that Blake Lively's makeup artist used that on her. And I was like, sold! Speaking of Blake Lively, I do believe that she is a spokeswoman for L'Oreal. I have, I don't even want to say I've rediscovered this because I don't think I ever liked it, but stupidly I was going to tell you I was wearing this today and then I realised I then put on crazy false eyelashes. But I am wearing this today. It is the L'Oreal Telescopic. I'm really enjoying this for a kind of natural fluttery eye. Now I've put on, sorry, now I'm using my lash curlers. When I use this on just my regular non-curled lashes, which are very straight and boring, I was just like, I don't get it. It's not doing anything for me. It's not giving me any oomph. Maybe it's giving me some length, but it's all facing the wrong direction. It's not like lifting anything. Different story when I've curled my eyelashes. So now I'm really, really enjoying this as like a fluttery eye. I'm not getting any kind of transfer, any kind of like breaking down or like crumbling or anything like that, which I do tend to get with some mascaras. Some I love, and there's just side effects that I don't enjoy. So it's nice to finally have. I was talking to someone recently who is a fellow Lash Sensational fan about whether or not there are any that we like as much. And I was like, no, absolutely not. I don't even know what I'm going to do if they discontinue that, because they've just discontinued the primer, which in itself is very upsetting. And now I'm like, well, maybe I would be okay because I'm really liking the combination of these two together. And also, in case you're wondering, the eyelash curlers that I'm using are from Tweezerman, and they need cleaning quite desperately. This is a Heatpad. Ooh, she's old now. She's old. She's nearly 37. Right, so this, if you've got any kind of ailment whatsoever where you would want, I feel like as I pulled my hair away from my face then, I felt like I'd pulled my eyelash away with it. Anyone got any suggestions for much less lash than this? I'd like a little bit of something. I mean, I'm kind of getting used to them the more I wear them, but I don't think this is for me. I want something less. I had some real cute little 3/4 ones from Urban Decay when we got married 10 years ago, and I loved those. But as soon as I put these on, I was like, oh no, I can't wear these. This is not me, is it? If you've got any use for a hot water bottle, whether it even be like period pains, whatever, for me it's my back, this is magic. So it's got, I think, a 4-hour timer. So I actually put this on when I'm going to bed. It's amazing. Amazing. And I'll put it behind me in bed like this. I can lie flat on it. I can put it on the pillow, do whatever I want to do. I can fall asleep. It is safe because, again, there is a timer, although it never gets like crazy, crazy hot. It stays the same temperature all of the time. You don't need to be constantly redoing a hot water bottle. If you've ever tried to lie like this in a hot water bottle, especially with the pain where I've got it, which is between my shoulder blades, right at the very bottom of my neck, it's impossible to get comfortable. But heat is one of the only things that really provides relief. So this has been just a complete game changer. I actually stayed a couple of nights at my mum's house. Also, I think this is like £35. A relative gave me this that wasn't using it, and I just had no idea even if it was still available. So I googled it, mostly because I wanted to see if it had a timer, and it had no information with it, and it's still available. So I will link it for you below because it's incredible. So I stayed a couple of nights at my mum's house, and I was just really, really uncomfortable. So I came home and got this for the second night. It's just, I really think that if you are someone like me who has got some kind of ache and pain that never goes away, you're going to really, really love this. And quite possibly you already know about it. And I'm a little bit cross that you didn't tell me. But that is it for this month's favourites. I'm sure there's more stuff, but honestly, my head's all over the place. I've got a long list of stuff that I need to do before Vegas. Some of that stuff is filming things for you guys. I want to film some prep things. There's been videos that I have looked for and I have not been able to find. There's just not a lot of stuff about Vegas weddings. I know that's shocking. There's stuff like random documentary type stuff, like a where should you do this, blah, blah, blah. But not a lot of vloggy things, not a lot of people planning a Vegas wedding, probably because it's all usually like an elopey, spur of the moment thing. And the chances of people doing that and also vlogging, all the stars have to align. So I'm hoping to create some content for people like me who couldn't find it when they were looking for it. So I do have a hefty list of things to do before then, but I'm also really, really excited. So if you are interested, I will be vlogging our trip, and that will be on my vlog channel, Michaela Vlogs. I will link that for you below. I do vlog like here and there anyway, and of course, Vlogmas is coming, which is daily vlogs leading up to Christmas. So if you're into that kind of thing, be sure to go and subscribe to that channel as well. Otherwise, thank you for joining me. I will link everything that I can find for you below. If I've forgotten anything, let me know. And if you've got any questions, leave me a comment and I will try to get back to everybody. Yeah, that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.